Welcome, everyone. I think we're live. We're coming on live. It's still coming on, I think. Oh, that's not acceptable. Thought I disabled that. Well, we're live. What can you do? All right. So today, welcome everyone to Friday's Inspiration. I am in Southern California today and spent all night driving to get here. So I am a little tired, but I always do what I say I'm going to do. So I am here today, and we're talking about a very important topic and how your light makes a difference. We have a lot of darkness on the planet right now, and there is much more to be revealed. This year is a year where there's more and more darkness is going to be revealed. It's just the nature of energies on the planet and the direction that the whole um, all of the whole universe is headed towards. We're all moving into this new golden age, this age of Aquarius, and all of these dark energies that can't sustain this new high vibration are going to be revealed, are going to be falling apart. So there's a lot of deception going on, and it's very hard to know what to believe, what's true. And so that's why I always appreciate those of you that are able to come here and able to participate. That we are here making a difference and we are here bringing our light to the world. And all of you are here to participate in. I'll be doing a MediClearing in a moment here on how we can bring more light into the world. We not only need more love, but we also need more light. They're kind of synonymous, aren't they? And as more and more of this darkness is coming up, there's this huge contrast. The polarities are still showing up. We're still in that duality of light and dark. And energetically, as a spirit, we are actually moving towards this space in our energy field that accommodates this energy of oneness. And where this lives in your energy field is actually in the 40th layer of your aura. I don't know, I can't remember even now if that was something I included in the book, my new book, because this is actually some newer information. But as we expand out into our energy field, uh, we bump up against these darker energies first before we get out to this 40th layer. So, as we're expanding, we have those 7 layers of our aura that relate to our body. But then, as we continue to expand, we expand out into those other layers. One, the 15th layer relates to that 1% oppressive energy on the planet. And then our most powerful layer of our aura is right sandwiched between all of these darker energies that are trying to hold our light down. And this 20th layer is where our awakened predator lives. The innate warrior is another thing that I call it. And this is the most powerful part of our energy field. It has 360 senses, or it has access to that many. And it also has 360 degrees of awareness. So as we continue to ascend, which only means we become more aware, more awake, and embodying more of ourselves and filling ourselves with more of that light. As we expand out into these layers, the layer beyond the 20th layer would be the next influential layer, would be the 25th layer. That's where the fear entities hang out, followed by the 30th layer, where the reptilians hang out. So here we have the most powerful part of our aura sandwiched between all these darker energies that are trying to hold down our light. And so that's why we keep coming here, keep clearing these energies now that we know how to find them, release them, so that these energies can expand out to this 40th layer, which is where oneness exists. And so once we start experiencing this oneness, layer of oneness, then the idea of oneness won't just be a concept. It's like, oh, we're all one. That's kind of like just a saying that a lot of people say. But once we start experiencing oneness, there will no longer be that polarity. There is, um, you know, black and white, left and right, um, Democrat, Republican, all these polarities really don't matter anymore. We're all made of the same stardust. And that doesn't mean that we all become like, robots and we're all the same, like cookie cutters. No, we all have our own unique gifts, our own light and brilliance. It's all like parts of this facet of all the facets of a diamond. And so we all bring our unique gifts to the table, which adds to the light. And so this is what we have to look forward to. And it's like it's not happening fast enough, right? It's hard to be patient. I totally hear that and get that. And it's especially hard if you've gotten distracted by all of the optics that are going on the planet right now. If you get distracted by that and it pulls you out of your core, then you won't have as much brilliance and radiance and light because you're all distracted out here. So yesterday was the winter solstice. This is a time where we start to move into that phase of the seasons where we start moving into that hibernation period, that introspective period, that 3 month period where we're going to go inward now. And so energetically, this is, while we still have to lead our lives and we still have to make plans, etc., it's more of a time to go inward than it is to be going outward and starting all these new things. So if we're working with the energies on the planet, then we can be more successful because we have energies supporting us that we're working in harmony with. So, as we are stepping into this next phase where we're going to become a little more introspective, a little more going inward, and discovering that the light is in here, and then when we can bring all that energy inward and discover that we have the capacity to self generate love. This is one of the programs that has been installed by these darker energies on the planet, this amnesia program. It's helped us to forget that we have the capacity and the ability to self-generate love. Because of this amnesia, we've all been going outward, always outward, looking for love, finding the next fix, finding someone to love us so that we can feel better about ourselves. When the reality is, once we know how to activate this ability to self generate love, then we are going to be adding more light into the world. And then when we go out, and maybe you're looking for a partner or um, a new aligned partner, that when you go out into the world from this space that's full, that's complete, it's not empty, then when two people are attracted like that, because you're going to attract your match, when those two energies come together and that multiplies, then there's even more radiance and brilliance and everything gets magnified. So that is kind of what I wanted to talk about today and how we really need to bring our version of light into the world and stop being so distracted by what's going on. Just checking in to see where everybody's calling in from. Hey, Roma, nice to see you here. And Matthew, great. And yes, it is the end of a chapter and a cycle for you. Great, Matthew. I would say that's probably true for a lot of people that we are this change right at the winter solstice is a very pivotal time where it's a completely new cycle. So uh great. Hey Gwen, nice having you here. um I am not going to be on YouTube today. I had my phone stolen the other day, and so I have not been able to set up YouTube yet. So we're still in the process. But next on Tuesday, we'll have everything set up again, and I'll be back on track. And we have really great fast internet here, so we get some nice clear coverage. So that'll be awesome as well. So what we're going to do today is we are going to be looking at all the places and the ways, like, I never know what's going to show up when I do these clearings because different people show up. You bring different things that you want to clear. And so, but our focus is going to be on clearing all of those things that are in the way of us really allowing our radiance and brilliance to shine forward. If you can hear the background, my daughter's, she's a piano teacher. And so we get the privilege of having some background piano being taught in the background. So this is live. We just go with the roll, go with the punches, or however that saying goes. All right, so this is what we're going to do today. You can just follow along. If this is new for you, you just do the best you can. If some of the things that I'm talking about are unfamiliar to you, or maybe I'm going too fast, you can always go back and listen to this. But also, everything that we're doing today, this is called a process called running your energy. And so, this whole process is described in the new book that just came out, Access Your Ultimate Power: The Blueprint to Infinite Intelligence. So, this is part of the Infinity System. It's a system that's been given to me, and new pieces added. And so, this is the conglomeration of what exists now and how I work with clients. And so, I love being able to come here. Spirit has directed me to just come here now and offer this as a free goodwill service to people who need help. There's a lot of things happening on the planet, and I love that I can come here and that I'm able to help so many people in this way. So just follow along. You can close your eyes if you want, or you can just um, watch and participate and still go along with what I'm saying and doing. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to get ultra grounded. So I want you to imagine a line of energy and make it big, like at least this big. And this is going to be like a big pipe. It could be a beam of light. It's your grounding cord. It's this is where you're going to release all of the energies that are not yours, which is more than 90% of the energies that you think and feel are not even yours. So we're going to put down this grounding cord, and it's going to go all the way to the center of the earth where all of this stuff can be recycled. There you go. And then I want you to imagine roots from the bottoms of your feet going deep into our Mother Earth. Make those big fat roots go all the way to the other side of the planet. We are talking about getting ultra grounded. When it reaches the other side, it's going to wrap around the whole earth. And then you're going to start bringing that energy of the feminine, the energy of abundance, up through your legs, through your thighs. And then when it reaches your root chakra at the base of your spine, it's going to go down that grounding cord. So it's going to create a loop of energy up your legs, down the grounding cord. Excellent. And then we're going to see if you have a worry circle. Ideally, you wouldn't have one, but the worry circle radiates around your root chakra. And this is where all of your worry, stress, anxiety, doubts, fears, uncertainty gets held in this circle of energy. And so right now, it's out to the third layer of your aura. So just imagine that you know where that is. And we're going to pull in this circle, and we're just going to dump all that anxiety and uncertainty and everything that's making you feel anxious we're just going to dump it down that grounding cord so you can start releasing all of these energies that go round and round and round, making you feel tired. It might make you feel annoyed, angry, sad, frustrated. So we're just going to let all of that stuff go. Okay, great. And then we're going to bring your attention way above your head, and we're going to connect with pure source energy. And we're going to start bringing that energy down into, there's a bunch of rings that are stacked above your head, and there will be anywhere between 3 and 50, depending on your spiritual development. But these rings hold all of your dreams and desires. So here we're talking about desiring more light in the world, on the planet, in our lives, in our eyes. And so as we bring this pure source down through these creative rings that hold these intentions, pure source is going to recalibrate these rings so that they're in your highest and best interests. There we go. So as pure source is coming down into your crown now, it's going to go down through the central core, and it's going to spin each of your chakras on the way down. If you don't know where your chakras are, don't worry, because as a spirit, you actually already know how to do everything we're doing here. This is just some of the things that you've forgotten as part of this whole amnesia program. So we're bringing pure source into the crown, passing through the sixth chakra, where all of your beliefs are held, and it's stopping right there. So that means there's a block that relates to some of the things that you believe and think that are limiting your brilliance. And so we're going to go out to the 15th layer, both front and back. I work this way just as I imagine someone standing in front of me, which would represent all of you. And so that's why I work out in front of me. So we're clearing the 15th from the 15th layer at your sixth chakra. The 15th layer relates to that 1% energy, the oppressive energies on the planet. So that's who's in your sixth chakra. That's who's affecting what you think and believe. So the energies of this 1% would sound a little bit like this. This is the energy of the free range slave, which gives you the illusion that you're free, but you're really not. And it also causes you to feel like you have to work very, very hard for this machine that keeps corporations and everybody buying things and having to work really hard to buy more stuff. And so that whole machine. And also, when we are struggling and suffering, which they love, this energy will make it feel like it's all our fault that we're struggling and suffering. So let's pull all of those energies in, all of those beliefs that are not yours, that belong to this 1% energy. It pulls in right to that third layer that relates to your power. So there's also some energy in here that it's like an undercurrent that makes you believe that you're powerless. That's like the underlying current on the planet right now, is that people can't, we don't have a say. So many things are being censored and silenced, and people being murdered, and lots of ways that they're silencing people and making people feel powerless. So we're just going to pull all of those beliefs, all of those energies out of our energy field, so that we won't keep being the influence of these thoughts and beliefs. Because as you know, it's our thoughts that create our reality. So the more people that can remove all of this energy out of their sixth chakra, out of their energy field, the less they're going to feel controlled by these energies. They're going to own their sovereignty, their personal permission right in their crown. and they're not going to feel overtaken by these energies. As we're bringing pure source down through the central core, it's coming down through that sixth chakra, down through the heart, the throat, excuse me, where it's stopping again. Out to that third layer. So this is an energy that makes you feel like you don't have a voice. Doesn't matter what you say. And they don't want to hear it anyway. So let's pull that energy out of your energy field. We're just going to dump that down the grounding. Here you go. So as we go back to bringing pure source down through the throat, into the heart. Excellent. Well, actually, it's stopping. It's stopping there. The energy here is congested all the way out to the 25th layer. So if you were on a little earlier, you heard me talking about the fear entities that live in this 25th layer. So here, the energy that's affecting you are all these fears on the planet right now that are trying to keep our hearts down. This is the feminine energy that's being called forward. And it's really less about women being called forward, although that's certainly an important piece. But the feminine energy in everyone, because the feminine energy relates to the heart. This is where we self-generate love, and everyone needs that. So we're going to start pulling this fear out of the heart as we're pulling it actually into the core. This is how we're removing it. We're pulling it all the way into the core, and then we're going to pull it up and out. So all the fears that keep us afraid of, there's so much on the planet right now because of the situation. I just call it that. You know what I'm talking about. That it's all this separation has caused people to start maybe feeling unlovable, and people are starving for love, and they're starving for connection, and we're not meant to be so isolated like this. But the powers that be know that when we're isolated, we're not solution oriented, and it's all part of the whole control mechanism. Okay, there you go. So now we're going to pull this up through the central core. We're going to send all this fear off planet, which is where it needs to go now. And while I'm thinking about it, if you haven't shared this with someone that you think could benefit, this would be a really good time. They could jump in. It's never too late. And if you're listening to this as a recording, also great time to share this. And if you find this valuable, be sure to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel to hear, and spread the word so that more people can benefit from this real time energy clearing. And even the recordings work. Okay, so as we're bringing pure source down through the heart, it's still stuck here. So now we're going to go out to the 15th layer. That's the 1% energy that also wants to hold down the heart energy on the planet. It's kryptonite to these dark forces. They don't like heart energy. Okay, good. So we're going to send that also up through the central core. Okay, great. So now as we're bringing this pure source down through the heart, something's still there. Okay, so what's another thing that's here in the heart? We've already cleared two things, but this is how powerful the energies are right now of trying to hold our brilliance down. So there's a control being that's in our hearts that out to the third layer. So the third layer is like the power to your heart, like the juice, the motor to your heart, so that you can self-generate love, so that you can be more introspective and trust that inner knowing. This is where we know, like when you just know what's true. That's where it happens, is right here in the heart. So we're going to pull this control being from the third layer into the core of the heart. And we're going to pull it up into the throat, where it also goes out to that third layer. So we're just going to pull this being into the core of your throat. As we pull it up into the sixth chakra, it also goes out to the third layer. So this particular being, as you can see, it's in the third layer all the way up. It's very much intent on controlling your power. Okay, good. So we're clearing all those limiting and lack mindsets right now. As you pull this up into your crown, also out to that third layer. So this is where you get your personal permission. Okay, good. We're going to pull this up and out of the crown. Excellent. It's a great way to start the weekend, right? As we bring pure source down through the heart, let's see, there it goes. Maybe you notice a difference. Maybe it feels a little lighter. Maybe you're starting to feel a little less judgmental about yourself and other people and a little calmer. So as we're bringing this energy down through the heart, into the solar plexus, down into the second chakra, where it's stopping again, we're going to go out to the third layer. There's a lot of anger in here, and not yours. It's not your anger, but these dark energies on the planet, they try to occupy our second chakra because this is how we create. And if they can create anger through us, this is how they feed themselves. They feed on these lower, darker, vibrating energies. So we're pulling the darkness out of this second chakra. And let's see, 1, 2. Sometimes I forget what I'm doing here. I know we're in the second chakra. Hang on. We're out to that third layer. Okay, good. And we were clearing anger. That's what it was. So as we pull this anger into the core of the second, we're just going to drop it down the grounding. It's not your anger. But a lot of you use anger as a way to motivate yourself to get things done. But it's not a sustainable use of your energy. And it's not your real power. It's a big energy, but it's not your real power. Your real power is from your solar plexus. It's from this 20th layer of your aura. Those are the biggest parts where it's like your power center. Okay, good. So now as pure source is coming down through the second, spilling down the root. Great. And now we're going to mix these two energies, the earth energy coming up through your legs with pure source coming down the backside. Where those two meet at the root, we're going to mix it together. We're going to bring a 50-50 mixture up the front, real close to the spine. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it comes up to the heart and then it stops again. Out to that third layer. So more of that, like where the engine is disconnected from the heart. So we're just going to drop all that energy down the grounding. And if you're curious why we go down with some energies, up with others, it's in the book. And then you'll understand. But okay, so now we're bringing this 50-50 mixture up through the second and the third and the fourth. Okay, it's still stopping at the heart. Out to that third layer. Okay, so these are some energy cords to people that are cording here at your heart. And what happens when people cord at the heart is it's like they can pull on the guilt strings. and where they try to make you feel bad as a way to motivate you and to manipulate you into doing what they want you to do. So we're going to go to the core of the heart, and we're going to just gently pull these cords out, roots and all. And we're just going to intend to send these energies back to whoever it belongs to. And so the reason that we don't just cut this stuff, a lot of people say, "Oh, cut the cords, just cut cords." It leaves residual energy, and then the cords are more likely to come back. So we want the roots, everything. Just send that energy back to whoever it belongs to. Okay, great. So now let's see if we can bring this 50-50 mixture up through the heart. Yes, there it goes. Into the throat, into that sixth chakra, crown, through all of your rings, even if you don't know how many you have. It's going to cascade down through all the layers of your aura. And we're going to pay special attention to the 15th layer where the 1% is occupying your energy field. We're going to start at the bottom, and we're going to lift this 1% energy up and out of this energy field, your energy fields. Great. So you might notice that there's a lot of energy up around your head where they're trying to influence more of your thoughts and squash your permission. Okay, great. So as we pull this up through the central core, we're just going to send that off planet. And then the 20th layer wants to be grounded. So we're going to start at the top. And we're going to start at the top. And we're going to clear this 20th layer of our aura, the most powerful part of our energy field. 360 senses, 360 degrees of awareness around us when we're tuned in to all of these energies. This is what's available if we clear enough of this debris and darker energies that we can access all of what's available. 20th layer. Okay, great. Then we're going to jump out to the 30th layer. We're going to clear all that reptilian energy out of this layer where they like to live. So also, most of their energy is up around the head and crown. Send that off planet. Okay. And then, this is not usual, but it's being called to do today, and that is grounding the 40th layer. So if you were on a little earlier, you heard me talk about how this 40th layer is the layer of oneness. This is where we're all aspiring to expand out to so that we can experience oneness. So we're going to start at the top, and we're going to just, it's like paint being poured over a balloon. We're just clearing this layer, 40th layer. So it's mostly around the root, where maybe it doesn't feel safe to extend out to this layer. Okay, good. Whew, all right. You still with me? Okay, great. Now we're going to clear your circle of reciprocity. This is very important. That relates to not only how you give out into the world, but more importantly, how you receive. And I say more importantly because most people are great at giving, but not so good at receiving. And then they end up depleted and empty. And so we want to allow all the radiance and brilliance and light out in the world that wants to come and be reflected back to us to be able to come in and fill us up. So we're going to take the energy from the upper four chakras and all of your creative rings. We're going to bring all of that energy out the right arm. And so it stops right at that shoulder. So you've probably stopped giving. Maybe there's not many opportunities to give anymore. And so all of this sequestering and isolation has caused everyone to like stop, stop doing, stop being, stop enjoying life. And we're not meant to live like this. So let's bring this energy out that right arm so we can give of ourselves, however that is, into the world. And then we're going to join our hands together like this so that the energy can go through the palms. There's chakras here, and through all the fingertips. And you can allow yourself to receive. So the energy is blocked right at that left hand. And this doesn't allow you to receive. So maybe you're blaming other people for not giving to you. You give so much to everyone and nothing's coming back. Well, it's not their fault, just so you know. And it's not your fault either. You don't know that this is what's blocked. But now you know. And so now we can open this channel up. This is not to make anyone feel bad or wrong. This is just to help you so that you can start receiving. You can start filling yourself up. So as we're bringing this energy into this left arm, up into the shoulder, it's going to come down through the front and back of the heart, creating a circle of energy out the right arm, in the left, through the heart, simultaneously through the throat. So you can ask for what you need. Simultaneously through the sixth chakra, clearing those limiting and lack mindsets. Okay, great. Coming through the crown, let's clear this energy that doesn't allow you to be sovereign and to realize that you are the boss of you. Okay, there we go. And through all of the rings. Okay, great. Let's see if there's anything else that wants some attention so that you can bring more of your light, your version of your light, out into the world. At the root chakra, all the way out to the 30th layer. So this is that reptilian energy that they love hanging out at the root chakra because they know that that's an easy way to disable everything that's above it. So if you're ever feeling kind of crappy, just getting grounded, doing the ultra grounding in the beginning that we talked about, and pulling the aura in, this worry circle, from the 30th layer, and collecting all those energies, and then sending it up through that central core so you can send it off planet. Whew. Okay, good. Feels like I need to measure something. Let's measure how open your hearts are, because that's a real indicator, and it's a really important piece about how much light you're going to be sending out into the world. Is going to depend on how open and radiant your heart is. So let's see where you guys are all sort of collectively. Your heart is open about 50%. So let's find out why that's the case. And so we can open that all the way. And let's see, the first place is, hang on just a second. Okay, there we go. The first place where this energy is causing the heart to be a little blocked is in right here, the sixth chakra. You'd think it would be in the heart, right? But this is how powerful our beliefs are. So we have some beliefs in this sixth chakra here, out to the fourth layer, so that relates to the heart. So these are beliefs that, so here's some of the beliefs that can show up. These are some of the beliefs that are coming to me, is that that it's not safe to open your heart. Like if you open your heart, somebody's going to come in and just backstab you or hurt you or somehow take advantage of you. And so that is keeping this, uh, the heart closed, those beliefs. So there's a reason that that happens, that people take advantage of you. There's other energies, like maybe you have a lot of victim energy or other energies that are going on. And there's lots of reasons why relationships go south. But at any rate, okay, we're going to clear that sixth chakra and all of those limiting and lack mindsets. Six. Now we're going to go to the heart, out to that third layer. So, another big energy that causes the heart to shut down is one, if the power is disconnected, but also there's an energy in the heart that often happens that's about proving our worth and value. And so if we're not feeling particularly worthy, we're feeling maybe unlovable, and not enough, then we're always going to be working really hard to prove we are worthy, we are lovable, we are enough. But the truth is, those things are already true. So you're trying to prove something that's already true. I call it a hamster wheel. So let's pull this energy out of the heart, that's out to that third layer. All those judgments, all the ways you judge yourself and make yourself wrong. We're just going to pull all that in and send it down the grounding. Okay, good. Okay, good. So 7654. Let's see what else. 7654. Okay, so that's all. So let's measure the heart now, how open it is. It's open 100%. So maybe you could feel that difference where maybe it feels a little less judgmental, a little less guarded. So one other thing I want to measure, hang on just a second, was the heart related to the heart? My brain is not quite working. I've been up all night driving. Had to do with the heart. And well, here's another good one: is our ability to have unconditional love for ourselves. It's at 40, 50, 95, that's at 100%. So maybe these two cleared at the same time. So I just remembered the other thing I wanted to say. That is that a lot of you are spending a lot of time up in your heads trying to figure things out. And so when that happens, we're not down in our hearts. We're not in this place where we can send out more love and be in that place where we can self-generate more love. So I just want to check and see where you are on the path from here to your heart. And great, you've come down into your heart. So all the work that we've been doing today has probably helped you come from up in your heads down into your heart. And so this would be a really great practice for you to start doing, not only over this weekend, but especially into the energies that we're moving into now in this winter solstice, is to try and operate from this place down in the heart. Instead of thinking about how to figure everything out, is more like, how does it feel? Like trusting your guts, learning how to trust our innate knowing, our infinite intelligence in our hearts. So that's really huge. And this is all part of accessing more of our brilliance, our radiance, our light, and how we can bring more light to the world and bring your version of light. I just want to check and see if you guys have some questions. Um, Deborah did not load. I get, sorry, something went wrong screen always. the video until later in the day. I guess only certain beings are allowed to be with the original live version. All right. No questions about today. Freedom's return. And so it is. Yes, indeed. And so it is. So namaste to you too, Matthew. And I hope that all of you have found this helpful. Be sure to share it with your friends, and you can review it again if you start to feel a little um, down or off or a little crappy because of all the energies on the planet. Be sure to do this practice. It doesn't have to take this long. I take a little longer just because there's more things to release. But if you listen to the 20-minute practice, there's a 20-minute free meditation. Half of it is related to raising your money vibration. That this 20-minute meditation should be a daily practice, just like a lot of other practices and things that we do on a daily basis, so that we can maintain these higher vibrations. So I love that you come here to clear energies, and then it's up to you to maintain it by running your energy every day. So go off and enjoy the rest of this weekend. I know I'm going to go get a little rest, and I will see you back on Tuesday. Let's see. So Gwen says, my jaw, teeth, and ears are throbbing after a lot of releasing. Yes, sometimes that sounds like some residual stuff. So, just keep releasing. Sometimes things get stirred up as we're releasing these energies. So thank you for letting people know that it's not always roses when we run our energy and we stir up stuff and we're clearing stuff, that sometimes things can be a little challenging. All right, Katya, let's see what you have to say. What is a good way to feel confident that our government is working for us, the people? I think that I don't know that that's possible. I don't trust that. Maybe you're asking the wrong person, because I don't think the government is our answer. I think we're about to watch our governments crumble as darkness and the structures and systems that man has created that is creating a lot of detriment. That's not to say that all government is bad. There's parts of government that were good at one time, but it's definitely taken a bad turn. And we have no idea what the path is going to look like as all darkness on the planet is being revealed. This is a big year, actually the next 3 years of the darkness being extricated so that it can be seen and discovered, and then these things can start to be eliminated. So I personally don't trust the government, and especially after this year, I will never vote again. I know that it's all rigged, and so I support personal sovereignty and everyone taking responsibility for themselves to do what is really best, not only for themselves, but for the planet as a whole. And so I'm not going to go there. I was going to go somewhere, but I'm not going to go there. So anyway, I wish that were different, and I think it's up to each of us to do our part to be good citizens and to be honest and trustworthy and have integrity. And if everybody did their part in doing that, we wouldn't need to have all the rules, all the laws that are constantly trying to hold everybody down, and then it affects everyone across the board. So I believe in doing my part, and you guys should be doing your part, and keep raising your vibrations. That's really the overall overriding answer to the planet is bringing more light to the world, because your light matters. All right, we're gonna say we're gonna sign off now, and we will be back on Tuesday. So enjoy your weekend, and uh, I will see you on Tuesday. All right, sending much love and namaste. All right, bye bye.